Hey there, this is the One Boom, and for this episode of Mindset, I'm going to be recording with my girlfriend in my room, and she's agreed to be quiet. So,
Hey.
damn it! Alright, so for this episode of Mindset, I want to talk about motivation. And I guess this relates to my previous video on dealing with the effects of tilt. It was a personal update I did about what's going on with me, and how I'm kind of feeling this lack of push or spark when I'm playing video games. Everything just kind of feels, how can I explain this? Meh. It doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel like I'm enjoying the experience of playing, and I don't have that drive to get better anymore. But recently I found something that kind of, I don't know, has been helping me, and I wanted to share it with you guys for this week's video, so I hope you enjoy. So where I've been finding my motivation is in an understanding of why some people can beat other people, and the simple fact of that is not that it's bad luck, or that they just lost a gunfight, or just lost an engagement, or an objective in whatever video game. It doesn't just boil down to that. It boils down to each experience that has led up to that moment and what they have learned versus what you have learned. Now, obviously there's things in video games such as lag and engine errors or whatever, but we're not talking about that. We're just going to talk about skill. And where you can find motivation is in the understanding that for every moment you're not playing when you could be, someone else is playing when they can be. So for instance, let's say there's a guy named Andy, and Andy loves to snipe in every video game. Halo, Battlefield, COD, GTA, doesn't matter. He loves sniping, and he constantly is practicing sniping. Hitting long-range targets, quick-scoping close-range targets, no-scopes. He's practicing how to use every sniper rifle to his abilities better than most can. At the same time, in a different game, you're playing, and you're having a bad time, alright? Now, obviously, often when we have bad times and we don't really want to play anymore, we just turn off our console, leave the match, etc., etc. And we kind of get into a pouty, angry phase. But Andy's still playing. So in this hypothetical scenario, you get on the next day, and you get into let's say a Battlefield server. You just join it randomly, and the game loads up, and you start to move around, and the next thing you know, as soon as you realize what's going on in the game, you get a 7.62 round through the center of your skull, and you wonder, okay, where the hell is this guy, You got killed, you're used to it, you play a lot of first-person shooters, and holy Jesus Christ, he's 300 meters away, and you were moving. Okay, decent shot, so you ignore it. You spawn back in a similar location, not the exact same spot, that's too easy on Andy. So you get behind a building, and you poke your head over a wall, you see him, you're like, oh, no, I'm not falling for that. And you prone against this wall, and you stand up, and you see him, and he instantly takes your head off, and you're even farther away this time. You're like 500 meters out. Still takes you out, no problem. What the hell, right? When you logged off the day before, he kept playing. When you were angry at the game for people like Andy kicking your ass, he was still playing. And now he was obviously having some troubles. I mean, sniping isn't as versatile as things like assault rifles, SMGs, or LMGs. So he's sniping. So he's having a tough time probably getting used to it, but he kept at it. That's why he's kicking your ass in this hypothetical scenario. So you're probably wondering, how does this tie in with motivation? Your motivation should be to not let mofos like Andy ruin your time. When you're playing, you need to be learning constantly, so that when Andy gets offline, and when Andy goes to tend to his lady friend or his dinner or whatever, that you're still playing and you can get better. If I see a comment saying, but I don't have all day to play, I'll be a little upset, because that's not what this is about. This is about when you can play. Play and get the most out of it. Practice, train, watch videos. But obviously watching best class setups and tactic videos will not obviously improve you. You actually have to play, I'm sorry. You have to play a video game to get better at it. But for every minute you play, you're gaining muscle memory, reaction time, familiarity, and confidence with the game. This is what Andy has over you in that hypothetical scenario. He has more confidence. He has more muscle memory. He has more defined reaction time. He is a better player than you. Get over it. Because when he gets irritated, he keeps learning. He doesn't win and lose. He wins or learns. So, if you're looking for some motivation to hop online, don't just think, oh, it's stupid, I played that game yesterday, or my friend's not online. Make sure that when your friend does get online, or that when you do come across Andy, that you have more experience under your belt. Somebody's always trying harder. Somebody's always hitting the nail on the head harder and faster than you are. Sometimes you just need to take a deep breath, understand why you're losing, take a break for like about 5 minutes and come back. Understand the volume of the situation. In 5 minutes, that's a lot in video game time. How many things could I learn in 5 minutes? Now, I was thinking about this, and in 5 minutes, I could get a pentakill. I could go on a really high kill streak. I could get a DNA bomb in 5 minutes. Some people get them, and some people do that. And if I learn from that experience, that 5 minutes that you're walking around, blowing off steam, getting a glass of water, somebody might have learned so much more than you in that 5 minutes than you have in an hour. Because 5 minutes with an open heart and open mind, trying to learn about what's going on in front of you, means way more than 10 hours of just playing and not caring or getting angry. I suffer from this too. This is a realization I've had and something that I'm now thinking about. This isn't just like, I'm not trying to be a guru or anything. I'm honestly telling you guys, this can help you. I know it can. I know it could help me because it's difficult, and usually things are difficult have some sort of benefit to them if done properly. A little personal part about this, for me at least, was I used to have a ton of friends I used to play with online. I had about, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. I had about 8 people I'd hang out with on a daily basis on my 360. And we used to play Modern Warfare 3, Black Ops 2, Battlefield 3, and Halo 4, and sometimes Halo 3. And whatever free game came out with gold or whatever, we would always try to get better at it if it was an online game. But something about it really motivated me to do better, because when I got online, I wanted to lead the lobby. If I was on the other team, I wanted to be able to beat them. I want to be the guy that that's getting his name cried out. Like, you know what that feeling when you piss someone off and you hear them in game chat, they're like, the one boom, or whatever your gamer tag is, XX420 quickscopes, Swagmaster. They yell out your gamer tag and they're angry. That feeling, I was motivated to get that because I wanted to be better than my friends. I wanted to be better than the enemy team. I wanted to be a better player. Now, if you're not a competitive person, I understand. Also, if you're not a competitive person, then you won't get angry at video games because losing won't mean anything to you. So, if you're thinking, well, I'm not that competitive, I don't need to be better than someone I don't even know that I might run into in a match. Well, probability suggests you'll run into most people in a match. It's an online game. Secondly, if you really didn't care, then you will never get angry at video games. Trust me. If you're not a competitive person, if you die, you'll go, shucks. Not, angry, walk away from the controller, or be like, this game's stupid, sucks. If you're not a competitive person, and we're FPS players, if you're on this channel, you're most likely an FPS player, when most engagements in the FPS genre are competitive, if they're a shooter. Anyway, I digress. What I'm saying is, you're most likely a competitive person. You most likely want to know how to do better. And I'm guaranteeing you, if you want some motivation on why you should get online, it's to not let people like hypothetical Andy beat you when it comes to experience, reaction time, and muscle memory. Learn from your mistakes, and keep playing, keep grinding as long as you can. Just make sure you get your real life stuff done first, because obviously that's important. Anyways, shameless promotion, you can subscribe if you want, but I'm sure you're okay with typing up my name if you want to watch my videos again, so you can just type the one boom, and if you want to watch my videos, you don't want to waste your time subscribing, but hey, subscribing is easier than typing, right? Anyway, I'll talk to you guys later, and anyway, goodbye!